ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brunswick Community College for the Region 10 South Atlantic District Women's Basketball Championship between the Stratton Sea Devils of Cape Fear and the Bobcats of Bryant, Stratton. The National Junior College Athletic Association and Brunswick Community College promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Brunswick Community College thanks you for your support and cooperation. Now, will you please rise, remove all headgear, and stand for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. And now, the starting lineups for the Sea Devils of Cape Fear. Starting at guard, standing 5'8", number 0, Curry Noodle. Starting at guard, standing 5'6", number 1, Jayla Henderson. Starting at guard, standing 5'7", number 2, Jixie Holden. Starting in guard, standing 5'8", number 14, Demaya Chisholm. And starting at forward, standing 5'11", number 24, Ciara Finn. The Sea Devils are coached by Taylor Williams and assisted by Yana Cotton. And now, for the home team, Bobcats of Bryant and Stratton. Starting at forward, standing 5'9", number 2, Jalen Brown. Starting at guard, standing 5'8", number 4, Kyla Jones. Starting at guard, standing 5'7", number 5, Yvette Sandiford. Starting at forward, standing 5'8", number 22, Gabrielle Williams. And starting at center, standing 6'3", number 31, Tanya Perry.
And welcome to this Division II Women's Basketball Region 10 Championship game. The top 2 seeds for a trip to the national tournament, as it's the 1 seed Bryant and Stratton Bobcats at 26-3, taking on the 2nd seeded Cape Fear Sea Devils at 24-4. Hi again, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you one last time as we crown a champion at Brunswick Community College on Walter Shaw Court. Sea Devils are in the black, Bryant and Stratton in the white. Lots to talk about, but settle in as the tip is controlled by Cape Fear. And it's Player of the Year, J.C. Bolden, who has 34 total points so far in this tournament. Handoff goes to Chisholm. These two teams meeting for the 3rd time this season. 2 games decided by 7 total points. Both of them victories for Cape Fear. J.C. Bolden, the pull-up, no good. And the rebound was initially controlled by Williams, her and Barry colliding, so Cape Fear is going to get an extra possession here. It's also a rematch of the 2019 championship game. Cape Fear Sea Devils won that 66-60. Pull up by Chisholm. Can't get it to go. Ball tipped, and Barry has the rebound. So Cape Fear starts 0 of 2 here at the outset. Going quickly, Bryant and Stratton. It's Jones. Second effort is good, and the Bobcats on the board. Kyla Jones, 23 points in the first 2 games. She had 19 in the quarterfinal win against Guilford Tech, 4 yesterday, as Bryant and Stratton won by 15 over Southwest Virginia. Sims is no good. Barry another rebound. Cape Fear is 0 for 3. Jones looking down low for Barry. Had to save it, but it comes to Little on the steal. Little had it poked away. Here's Henderson. Pull up in the lane. Henderson aggressive yesterday. Can't get it to go. And then Sims is blocked, but fouled. So Ciara Sims will go to the free throw line. Tournament so far for Cape Fear. They won by 20 against Fayetteville Tech in the quarterfinals, 70-50, and won by 19 against Lewisburg yesterday, 75-56. Sims was in double figures in the quarterfinal. She had 11. Yesterday she was on the bench with some foul trouble, so 8 points yesterday, 19 total for the tournament. So these two teams forming a nice little rivalry, and we're tied at 2 here in the opening 2 minutes. Williams in the corner. Here is Brown on the right side. Sandifer was hot yesterday with 20 points. It's Jones to Brown for 3. That was blocked by Chisholm. Chisholm made some terrific defensive plays against Lewisburg yesterday. That ball is lost off Henderson out of bounds. So ball goes back to Bryant and Stratton in the 2-2 tie. Kelly Holmgren is off the bench early for Taylor Todd Williams. And Kelly Holmgren shot lights out yesterday, 23 points, 7 3-pointers yesterday. After scoring 4 in the opening round, Holmgren went off. Let's see if she's still hot. Right now, Cape Fear on defense, and they got to deal with Barry, who scores. Barry, 44 points in this tournament, 32 in the opening round, and then 12 in the semifinals yesterday. 4-2 start for Bryant and Stratton. Here's Sims attacking. Sims scores to tie us. Sea Devils in a zone at the start. And we got a traveling violation, a little hesitation there by Sandifer, and indecision caused that turnover. These two teams played an overtime game back on November 18th, very early in the season for a Region 10 game to be played, but Cape Fear won that one 60-59 in the closing minutes. Here's a steal now by Williams to the bucket, and Williams will score. Gabrielle Williams on the board. Bryant and Stratton by 2 again. No trouble against the press this time for the Sea Devils. Here's Bolden. Open look for Sims from deep, too strong. And it's going to be a foul called on Bryant and Stratton on the rebound. So Jones has to go out of the game. Liv Bodenheimer coming in off the bench early for Coach of the Year, Cornell Parker. Here's a 3 by Little, too strong. Barry had trouble with it. It trickles out to Bolden. And then Bolden loses it out of bounds. Hounding defense there for Sandifer, and Jones applying some pressure. So Brown picks up 2 quick fouls. As I mentioned, Bodenheimer is into the game now for the Bobcats. Paul, pay attention. Here's Williams, top of the key. Sandifer left side. Bodenheimer for 3, way off. Rebound controlled by Little. 6-4, Bryant and Stratton. Another deflection, but Sea Devils get it into the front court. Chisholm out deep with it, over to Bolden. There's Holmgren. Bolden will attack, has it poked away, and Cape Fear will have 10 on the shot clock. Bolden now with 7 to shoot. Has it stripped away. It's a steal by Bodenheimer. And a foul as Jones was pushing. First foul of the game on Cape Fear. 5:50 to go here. Just settling in to this championship game. Winner gets the Region 10 title, the Atlantic District bid as well into the NJCAA National Tournament that will be played in Joplin, Missouri. These two teams played on February 28th. Cape Fear won by 6 as Barry scores to make it 8-4 Bryant and Stratton. Timeout, Cape Fear, the Bobcats with the early 4-point advantage as we take our first timeout of the game. Back to live action here in the championship game. Chris Sheeman back here with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for joining us once again. Started talking about the regular season meetings. First meeting really came down to free throws. Cape Fear got to the line 33 times. Ended up winning in overtime against Bryant and Stratton. Home run ball down low to Bodenheimer, who double dribbled with it. Cape Fear a little more comfortable in the later regular season meeting. It was 52-46, almost a travel on Little. It's a steal by Jones, out to Bodenheimer, who lays it in. Good start for Bryant and Stratton. Defense to offense has been the name of the game here in the opening 5 minutes. Trying to answer back. Little, yes, and the foul. So Little needed that one to go. Cape Fear needed it. And now an opportunity for a three-point play. Kari Little had 23 points in the first game. Just 3 yesterday. They didn't really need her, though. It was more balanced offense in that semifinal game against Lewisburg. Little did a lot of other things. 82% free throw shooter makes it 10-7. Wisdom Banks into the game, gets it to Bodenheimer. Back to Banks. Jones on the right side with 8 to shoot. Going to work in the lane to Barry. Barry comes up short, but the putback is good. Barry has 6 of the 12, and it's a 5-point advantage for Bryant and Stratton. Sea Devils break the press, backing down Little. Goes glass, hard, aggressive play there by Little. Back-to-back buckets for her. Down the floor we go, and a traveling violation going to be called on Williams. Both teams playing fast here at the start of this one. We've seen some real defensive battles here in this Region 10 tournament, but today, Bryant and Stratton playing some nice defense, but some nice offensive energy as well here in the championship as both teams going up and down the court. You saw the Bobcats there trying to push after a make. J.C. Bolden, top of the key from Holmgren. Drives around Banks, throws it up, no, but she's whacked, and J.C. Bolden will go to the line. Region 10 Player of the Year has 34 points in this tournament. Came in averaging over 21 points per ball game. Over 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.3 steals. 75% at the line during the regular season for J.C. Bolden. She had 21 against Fayetteville Tech in the quarterfinals. She had 13 yesterday. More of a facilitator yesterday as Kelly Holmgren was hot off the bench, I mentioned. Smart player like Bolden recognizing. Now it's a 1-point game. 3 minutes, 42 seconds to play here in this first quarter, and Cape Fear running out of real estate trying to get the steal. .21 on the shot clock here for the Bobcats. Wisdom Banks, and it's poked away. Back in transition, an easy layup there for Henderson. That was Henderson, not Little, so Cape Fear now takes its first lead of the game. And again, defense to offense. Another steal by Henderson. Henderson 2-on-1. Ball fake and scores again. Jayla Henderson with 4. Cape Fear now by 3. Artist is into the game. Wisdom Banks out there, Bodenheimer. Williams and Barry remain the front court for Bryant and Stratton. Wisdom Banks jumper, no good. Ball deflected out. Chisholm outlet pass. And here's Henderson, too strong off the glass that time. Banks with the rebound. Here comes Bryant and Stratton. Up and down we go, as I mentioned. And Bodenheimer is fouled by Bolden. Bryant and Stratton's racked up 4 team fouls. That's only the second on Cape Fear here in this first quarter. Jones is back in for the Bobcats. And she came in for Banks. Bodenheimer to inbound. Artist out to Jones, top of the key. Bodenheimer in the corner, hesitated. Now she'll back down, throws it up, can't get it to go. It was blocked out of bounds by Sierra Sims. Sims came in, one of the best rebounders in the country. Good shot blocker as well, as Artist goes to work and draws contact on Holmgren. Janijah Artist, energy off the bench yesterday against Southwest Virginia, scoring 8 points. She's a 57% free throw shooter. This Bobcats team, the best shooting team in the country at 48%. They were over 50% 13 times this year, including that quarterfinal game when they shot 64%. Neither free throw good, so Cape Fear maintains a 3-point advantage. After a slow start, good timeout by Taylor Todd Williams. Her team has settled into this one. Pocket pick that time by Jones, and then a frustration foul by Sims. Sims was in foul trouble yesterday, and she picks up team foul number 4 on Cape Fear. So both teams with 4 team fouls. It's Sims first. Williams goes out of the game, and I believe that's Sandifer back in for Bryant and Stratton. Jones into the forecourt. Artist on the near side of your screen. Entry pass deflected nicely by Chisholm. She gets a lot of those HPs, those hustle plays. Chisholm yesterday had 8 points, 13 on the weekend, but makes impacts in a lot of ways for this Cape Fear team. Jones top of the key. Left alone, fires the three and hits. First tie of the game is Rakyla Jones now with 5 points. 58% three-point shooter. They left her wide open. J.C. Bolden hesitates, attacks, carried the basketball. Some contact after the play there, but Bolden with the clear carry. Even at 15 apiece. Cape Fear Sea Devils, tourney champions in 2022, 2019, 18, and 16. They reached the national tournament 4 times in all 4 years. Beating Bryant and Stratton in that 2019 championship game. Bodenheimer from downtown. The bank is open on a Saturday. Bryant and Stratton by 3. Pull up from left of the lane, too strong off the glass from Henderson, but it's out of bounds off the Bobcats. So it'll stay with Cape Fear. Minute 6 to go here in this first quarter. Williams goes in. Barry will get a breather here at the end of the quarter. And miscommunication there, a Cape Fear turnover. Barry has at least 12 double-doubles this year, and we've seen Cornell Parker giving her these just a little extra break at the end of that first quarter. Bodenheimer, long on her next three-point try. Fight for the rebound down low. They're going to call a tie-up, and it'll stay on this side of the floor. With 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter of the championship game, it's so far lived up to expectations. Ladies are battling hard. Bodenheimer attacks. She got bumped by Holmgren. That's 2 on Holmgren. So the sharpshooter from yesterday. See if Taylor Todd Williams makes a sub here. She appears to be content to stand pat. Last time these two teams met in the championship game back in 2019, Cape Fear won 66-60, and Taylor Todd Williams played in that game. She was a starter. She was 1 out of 2 for 2 points. Come on, coach, it's the championship game. 1 out of 2. She's going to beat me up next time she sees me. First free throw is good. So Bodenheimer. Up to 6 points off the bench after make it 7 now as Brown got into early foul trouble, so they had to take her out of the game now 20-15. J.C. Bolden spins around trouble. Now she'll set up the offense for the Sea Devils. Bounce pass goes to Chisholm. Henderson on the wing. Back to Chisholm. Attacks. Got it to go. That's Sierra Sims, my apologies. So Sims makes it a 3-point game. Last shot time for the Bobcats. Had the fast start, led it 8-4. Cape Fear came back to take the lead, and now Bryant and Stratton trying to beat the buzzer. Sandifer can't do it, but the Bobcats win the first 10 minutes. It's 2017 here in this Region 10 championship game. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a moment. ...2017 Bryant and Stratton Bobcats as we are underway here in the second. Wake up, Sean. Come on, man. It's the championship game. We're missing the action, Sean. Wake up. Well, it looks like it's going to be a turnover going to the hoop. Jones can't get it to go. Cape Fear comes away with the rebound. Are we going to move the camera? All right, guys, I got to stop the commentary. Gabrielle Williams scores. Folks, I don't know what's going on with the camera situation, but it's not being moved. I don't know. If it keeps going one more play, I'll start to make phone calls. I'm sorry about this. I do apologize. I really don't know what's going on. There we go. He's awake. We got a foul called here on Cape Fear as the second quarter starts. So Williams scores her second bucket. She's got 4. Liv Bodenheimer leads Bryant and Stratton with 7 points, right at her season average. LaTanya Berry has 6 in the game. For Cape Fear, it's 6 for Sierra Sims, 5 for Little, 4 for Henderson. J.C. Bolden with 2. Jones attacks, and he took an extra step, so she's called for traveling, and that'll be a turnover. Bolden into the forecourt. Little on the left wing. Pull up in the lane is blocked by Berry. Sandifer gets it to Artis. The turnaround is good. Artist is on the board. Bryant and Stratton with its biggest lead at 7 in that first quarter. 1 tie, 1 lead change. Little out deep with it for Cape Fear. Sea Devils looking to respond. Nice start to the second quarter here for the Bobcats. Sims takes the dribble, bucket, and the foul. What a play by Sierra Sims, who's having a great game against Berry. Also gets Berry to commit the foul, which is huge. If you're Cape Fear, you want Berry in foul trouble. One of the best shot blockers in the country. Berry's tied for 8th in the country in blocks per game. Sims gets the old school 3-point play, 9 points for her, and it's a 4-point game. Jones out deep with it. Artis top of the key. Left side Sandifer, and airmails that pass out of bounds. Sims and Chisholm gets it out. The jumper no good by Little. Tipped rebound. And Berry able to gather for Bryant and Stratton. So Sea Devils within 4. Bobcats with the basketball as we're inside 7 minutes to go here in this opening half. Jones to Sandifer. Artist on the left side. Jones, 2 defenders fell down, and she was wide open. Rakyla Jones with 7. It's a 6-point lead for the Bobcats. Bryant and Stratton, 26 wins, program record. Their previous was 25. Correction, 27 wins. Little will attack. Little missed it short, tipped rebound, and it's just thrown ahead to Sandifer. Sandifer was off to the races. Credit Cape Fear, they get back. J.C. Bolden and others sprinting back to prevent the fast break opportunity that was there, but for a fleeting moment. Down low to Barry. Barry traveled with it. So no basket. How about that Bobcats quarterfinal game? They make 35 shots. 31 of them assisted on. They came in to the semifinals averaging 22.1 assists per game, third best in the NJCAA in that category. Jones leads Division II at 6.7 a game. J.C. Bolden with her second field goal for Cape Fear. So the lead is 4. Patient offense against the zone for the Bobcats, and we got another travel. Sandifer upset with herself. Holmgren going to come back into the game, as is Henderson. Sims and Chisholm, I believe, went out. Double check on that. Let's set the 5 for Cape Fear. Why not? Now there's Chisholm, so she's still out there. With Holmgren, with Bolden, Little, and Henderson. That's the 5. Jumper no good. Henderson tried for the rebound for Bryant and Stratton. Barry still on the bench, so it's Williams down low, Bodenheimer, Jones, Sandifer, and Artist. Bodenheimer top of the key. Here's Artist. 9 on the shot clock, and it's taken away. Another steal by Little, who attacks, can't score. Rebound by Jones. Jones immediately doubled, but found Artist, who flies into the forecourt for the Bobcats. In this 4-point game, Region 10 championship. Winner goes to the national tournament. Bryant and Stratton trying to do that for the first time in program history. Cape Fear trying to do it second time in 3 years. They get another turnover here. And then Bolden called for an offensive foul. It's a big call. I think that's the second foul on J.C. Bolden. We're going to go to a timeout. 4:17 left to go. That's a third foul on J.C. Bolden, so bigger than I thought. We'll see if she stays in the game when we come back. All right, back to live action. Region 10 championship game. Bryant and Stratton, the 1 seed leading Cape Fear. Number 2 seed, 26-22. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Don't forget, get your phones out next time out. Make sure to scan that QR code. Order a bunch of pictures. Proceeds going to help the Dolphins athletics program. Bodenheimer gets it out to Williams. Corner jumper is no good. So Cape Fear is getting some stops. Got to find some offense on this side of the floor now. McDonald into the game. Maya McDonald to Little. Back to McDonald. Both teams have been in this zone for most of the game. Little aggressive, counted in the foul. Ari Little up to 7 points here today. Second team all-region. Averaging over 16 a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, and a good free throw shooter at 82%. She's got 8. It's a 1-point game after Bryant and Stratton took its biggest lead at the start of the quarter. Cape Fear, once again, this is almost like the first quarter where Bryant and Stratton started fast. Cape Fear settled in. Another bad pass and a steal by McDonald. Chisholm into the forecourt. McDonald on the left side. Here's Little, top of the key. Little attacks, aggressive again, and she scores. Little in double figures with 10 now. Cape Fear takes its second lead of the game. They led briefly in the first quarter. Bodenheimer. Boy, Barry has gotten a long rest. And Williams turns it over. I got to think she's coming back in here real soon unless she's in foul trouble. Remember, J.C. Bolden picked up her third foul before a media timeout, so Bolden out of the game. We've seen Little pick up the offense in her absence, and then a late whistle is going to be called on the Bobcats here. In the restricted area, I believe Williams was. For Bryant and Stratton, team foul number 3. Are they going to say, I would think she was in the act of shooting, but I guess not. So foul on the floor, Chisholm quick inbound. Henderson back to McDonald, had it poked away. Henderson there, left of the lane jumper off the back iron, tipped for the rebound. It's going out of bounds off Chisholm, they say. So Bryant and Stratton will get it back. Sandifer into the forecourt. Wisdom Banks, Bodenheimer. Now Jones on the left wing. Banks with 8 to shoot. Tip pass to Williams from Jones. Williams attacks, and that's going to be a charge taken by Holmgren. So Williams picks up her second. Fourth on Bryant and Stratton with 1:51 left to go here in this first half. Chisholm attacks, lost the handle on it. Banks with the steal. Throw ahead goes to Sandifer. Pull up in the lane is good. Wisdom Banks, defense to offense. Her first 2 here today. Bryant and Stratton back on top. Backing down, Henderson, yes! And the foul. Henderson up to 6 points here in this first half. For Williams, that's her third foul. At what point do you bring Barry back in? Cape Fear's just going right to the hoop. We've seen Little do it a couple of times, and now Henderson gets a 3-point opportunity out of it. As of right now, no changes for the Bobcats. Here's Banks. Had it poked away. It's a steal by McDonald. So Cape Fear up by 2 now. Little attacks. Little, too strong. Just a bit too much mustard on it. Inside a minute to go here in this opening half. Sandifer, Williams out deep. Banks, Sandifer will attack. Nice extra pass. Williams blew the bunny though. Chisholm with the rebound. Here comes Cape Fear. About a 9-second difference game and shot clock, so Sea Devils content to run some clock here. McDonald down low. Pull up is short. Rebound Williams. Last shot time for Bryant and Stratton unless they go quickly here. Now they'll back it out. Smart decision here for the Bobcats. Sandifer puts the moves on. Ball poked out of bounds, and it was actually touched last by Banks. So Cape Fear will have 3.2 to work with. Henderson the inbound. Chisholm from half courts. No good, but the Sea Devils come back from 7 down here in the second quarter, and they take a 2-point lead into the locker room. We'll take the halftime break here in this 2024 Region 10 Division II Women's Basketball Championship game. Second half coming at you here in just a little bit. Don't go too far. Welcome back to the Region 10 Division II Women's Basketball Championship game. Second seeded Cape Fear 30. Top seed Bryant and Stratton 28. Chris Sheeman back here with you at the home studio in Ohio. First half scoring. My roster numbers by game 3 are a mess, so give me a minute here to focus. 7 points apiece, Liv Bodenheimer and Rakyla Jones. 6 for LaTanya Berry, did not play at all in the second quarter. Gabrielle Williams with 4. 2 for Janijah Artist and 2 for Rakyla Jones. 2 as well for Wisdom Banks. For Cape Fear, they're led by Kari Little, who has 10 points. 9 points for Ciara Sims. 7 for Jelia Henderson. 4 for JC Bolden. And I think I got everybody. Forgive me if I did. But we're underway here in this second half as Jones is too strong off the glass. I don't see any changes. Same starters. Brown, Jones, Sandifer, Williams, Berry for Bryant and Stratton. Little, Henderson, Bolden, Chisholm, Sims, who misses that jumper for Cape Fear. Winner of this game will go to the national tournament, played in Joplin, Missouri, and stick around after the game. Full post-game festivities. So we will include the entire ceremony and presentation for the winning team immediately after this one is over. 4 lead changes, 1 tie so far here today. JC Bolden with 9 to shoot for Cape Fear. Gets it to Chisholm with 5 to shoot. She's cut off. 3 on the shot clock. Henderson got to go to work, and she's not going to get a shot off in time. Nice defense there by the Bobcats. We've seen Bryant and Stratton start every quarter strong so far. They built a 7-point lead in the second quarter. Reverse play by Brown is no good. Looking to push the Sea Devils. Little's been aggressive today. Can't score that time, though. Rebound controlled by Bryant and Stratton. 2-on-1. Pull up Sandifer. Bucket is good. Sandifer, who had 20 yesterday, with her first bucket here today. Just our second tie in what has been a really competitive, close championship game. These two teams in the regular season in both games separated by 7 total points, so we knew it would be a tight one. Boy, I can't tell you how great Sims been down low. Ciara Sims in double figures now with 11. Not easy to get those shots up over Berry, but Sims has managed to do that here all afternoon. Speaking of Berry, top of the key, gets it to Brown on the left side. Williams in the corner, 9 to shoot. Here's Jones, top of the key, with 6 to shoot. Out to Sandifer, mid-range. Here comes Bolden. Throw ahead is intercepted and somehow saved. What a play there by the Bobcats. Williams looking down low for Berry, and it's deflected away, but a terrific defensive effort there by Bryant and Stratton. Inbound goes to Jones from Sandifer. Down low to Berry. It's tipped out to Williams, who attacks too strong off the glass. And then JC Bolden in position for the rebound. First foul of the quarter for either team. It's on Bryant and Stratton, and it's Berry's third. Three minutes into this third quarter. Cape Fear trying to go to the national tournament for the second time in 3 years. And for Bryant and Stratton, looking for its first ever trip. Attacking Sandifer lays it up and in. So Sandifer with her second bucket. We are tied for the third time, second time here in the quarter. Bolden out to Chisholm on the right side. Little, pull up in the lane, yes! Cape Fear back on top. Little's got a dozen. Williams on the right wing. 4 minutes into the third quarter. Sandifer left wing. Sandifer going to work. The scoop is short. I'm calling that one a pass because I saw Sandifer's eyes and she knew, okay, if the defense comes to me and I leave it a bit short, guess who's down low? It's Barry. That, in my mind, it's going to go as a shot attempt by the official count, but that's a pass. LaTanya Berry, 65% free throw shooter. Berry third in field goal percentage at 63% on the season, third in the NJCAA in that category. 8th in blocks per game. She gets 1 out of 2. And the Cape Fear lead is 1, 34-33. The game started with a lot of energy. We were up and down, and both teams have played fast at times, especially Cape Fear looking to push when Barry is out of the game, but a low-scoring defensive battle. Little step-back jumper is no good. Offensive rebound by Henderson. Bolden, both teams have been in a zone. That remains true for Bryant and Stratton. Ball deflected out. 6 to shoot. Bolden loses it. Shot clock still is not reset. And they're going to give it to Bryant and Stratton. Evidently a foul on Cape Fear. Oh, and they call it on Little. It's her third. So she's got to go out of the game. Holmgren is in. That's a huge call. When you got two teams in a championship game going for the basketball, I don't like that call. Williams on the wing now for Bryant and Stratton, trying to retake the lead. They've led by as many as 7 here today. Haven't led since midway point in the second quarter, though. Sandifer out to Jones. Jones thought about the 3, steps inside the arc. Can't get the jumper to rim in. Barry with the putback, and Bryant and Stratton leads. Barry's got 9. Well, if you're J.C. Bolden, she gets it down to Sims. Might be time for her to start cooking. She had to sit with some foul trouble in the second quarter. Little took over. Now Little's out of the game, so see if Bolden and Sims can pick up the scoring. Sims already in double figures with 11, but J.C. with 4. Nice cut. Sandifer comes up short, though. Sims the rebound. Bolden into the front court. Swings it out to Holmgren. McDonald on the near side. Sims entry pass deflected. Sandifer looking to push now. She's got a 3-on-2. Well, had one. Stepping inside the arc. Brown jumper no good. Rebound controlled by Jones. Jones shot it over a double team. It trickles out to Brown. And Bryant and Stratton will set it up here. 3:46 to go here in this third quarter championship game. Williams with 7 to shoot. Williams, bank shot, no. Barry, the putback is good. Barry's in double figures with 11. Bryant and Stratton leads by 3. McDonald to the cutter, Holmgren. Holmgren, couple of fakes, goes glass, no. Fight for the rebound. We got a tie up. And the possession arrow will keep it on this side of the court. Little and Chisholm going to come back in. Wisdom Banks checking in. But first, this media timeout. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you from the home studio in Ohio. You and I watching the Region 10 championship game. Bryant and Stratton on top by 3. Sims for Cape Fear. Little back into the game. Bolden, Chisholm, and McDonald, the 5 right now for the Sea Devils. Chisholm cut off, swings it out Little. Driving in, throws it up, draws contact, got it to go. What a play by Little. 14 points for Little. Second team foul, both teams with 2 team fouls. As I mentioned in the first half, Little at 82% at the line this season. And she's up to 15 points here in the championship game. Wisdom Banks into the front court. Barry top of the key. Jones on the right side. Artist into the game, couldn't get that runner to go. This is our 4th tie. We've had 5 lead changes. JC Bolden at the free throw line. Gets around Barry, she's stripped. So Cape Fear will have 18 on the shot clock. We've got 2:22 on the game clock here in this third quarter. Bolden in the corner has her pocket picked. It's a steal by Jones. Jones pushing, bounce past the Banks. Pull up, yes. Bryant and Stratton leads again. Bolden back in the front court as we go inside. 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Little top of the key. Little attacking again. She's been so aggressive today. Barry and Sims forces the tie up. It's going to be Bobcats basketball. Wisdom Banks into the front court. 12 points yesterday for Wisdom, 2 points today. Here's Jones on the right wing. Steps inside the arc. They keep leaving her wide open. She doesn't make them pay, but Bryant and Stratton gets an extra possession. Artist going to work on the left side. Pull up, yes. Janijah, good again. Bryant and Stratton leads by 4. Minute 13 to play in the third quarter. Kari Little on the right side of your screen. JC Bolden. Chisholm the ball fake. The cutter is Little. The flip too strong. Sims. Man, is Sims working hard down there. I mean, just battling her keister off against the bigs for Bryant and Stratton. These are the kind of games where I wish JUCOs were 4 years, because I'd like to see these 2 rivals battle it out a lot longer than we're going to get at 2-year schools. This has been a fun rivalry all season long. Bolden to bounce pass to Chisholm. 3 to shoot. They got a hoist. Instead, they throw it in the backcourt. And the Bobcats force another shot clock violation. Bryant and Stratton has led this game by as many as 7, but for the most part, we've been in the 3-4 point range, if not closer. Banks putting the moves on now. It's Sandifer left wing. Here's a catch and shoot 3 by Brown, no good. Tip for the rebound. It's controlled by Cape Fear. They can hold for the final shot. Chisholm is pushing, throws it up over 2 defenders, and that's not good offense. And then a foul is called by Cape Fear. That's fine. You've got fouls to work with, but Chisholm is hot right now. And the leadership on display from Sierra Sims as she gets her teammate together over there. But you've still got one more foul to work with here for Cape Fear as Bryant and Stratton looks content to run this clock here, take the final shot. Artist on the left side. Oh, it's tipped by Bolden, and then Bolden is fouled. That's a good foul. Good foul by Wisdom Banks there. 3.3 to go, and now the flip is true for Bryant and Stratton. They still have another foul to give here. Terrific defense, though, by J.C. Bolden. They're going to bring in Williams, take out Barry here. McDonald to inbound. Bolden will fire from deep at the buzzer. It comes up short. We've got 10 minutes left to go here in the championship game. And the top seed is up by 4. We'll be back with the final quarter here in just a moment. Don't forget, get your phones out, scan the QR code coming up here on your screen, and order a bunch of photos from all this weekend's festivities. Welcome back to Brunswick Community College, Region 10 Women's Basketball Championship game. Bryant and Stratton by 4 over Cape Fear. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Sea Devils get it down low to Bolden, who misses short, but she's fouled. It's a late whistle, but it'll send J.C. Bolden to the free throw line. This record-setting year for the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats at 27-3. Trying to reach its first ever national tournament. J.C. Bolden at the line. This is the first. 4 points today for J.C. Bolden. She had 21 in the quarterfinals, 13 in the semis. Bobcats defense has done a nice job on her here today. Missed both free throws, but Sims is outworking everybody right now. Extra possession courtesy of Sims, and another whistle. So Bryant and Stratton picking up 2 team fouls here. Wait a minute, the officials are talking. So I don't think there was a foul there. I think the issue might be with the clock, because the shot clock's at 24 right now, and that probably shouldn't be the case. Extra possession, it would have been 20. Artist is going to come in for Williams. So it's Artist, it's Barry, it's Brown, Jones, and Sandifer for the Bobcats. Here's Holmgren, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Right off the bench, Janijah Artist with the defensive effort. Bobcats get the stop. 9.5 to go in the game. Bryant and Stratton's led by as many as 7. We've had 4 ties and 5 lead changes, but overall it's been tight. The 2 regular season meetings were decided by 7 total points, and that's right around where we've been, that 3.5 point range. Little picks up her 4th foul. That's huge for Cape Fear. Little, the leading scorer today with 15 points, is going to have to sit. So Chisholm comes back into the game. Sandifer looking to get it in again. Artist to the elbow, back to Sandifer on the wing. Jones from Brown. Ball tipped, saved by Artist. It's tipped again by Sims, who makes another great play. Sims has 11 points. but the little things she has done today, including calming her teammate down, avoiding a technical foul, she's been great today. She's got it top of the key. Drives into the lane. Over Barry, too strong. Rebound by Brown. Barry's so menacing defensively. Even when she doesn't block a shot, she alters it. And another late whistle is going to be called on Cape Fear here. It's on Holmgren. So Artist is going to the line. 4 points today. Had 8 points yesterday. 57% free throw shooter. So this is the biggest lead for either team in the second half. And Artist gets them both. 6 points today. Trapping pressure by the Bobcats. Bolden out near midcourt. She went into the backcourt, but it's a blocking foul called on Artist. So they don't get the backcourt violation. Instead, it's a whistle. And the whistles have really picked up here in this final quarter. Let's hope that's not a trend that's continued, or that continues, excuse me. Sims, top of the key. Chisholm, defense went for the steal, couldn't get the bucket. Put back is blocked by Barry. Here comes Jones, scoop to Artist. She's fouled, that would have counted. But instead, 2 more free throws for Janijah Artist. Henderson picks up her second. That is 4 fouls on Cape Fear. We have not played 2 minutes in this final quarter. So far, a 57% free throw shooter is 3 of 3. This matches the biggest lead of the game for the Bobcats, and either team at 7. Make it 8 now. Important minutes here for Cape Fear. Fouls have been racking up, pressure picking up. Artist with the steal, Artist spinning, recovers, and traveled with it, or got a timeout called. Cornell Parker is amped on the bench. Bryant and Stratton leads by 8 as we go to a timeout. Welcome back to the Region 10 Championship game. Chris Sheehan here with you. I'm laughing because there was one Cape Fear fan who was yelled at the referees the entire break. Oh, passionate fans at the championship game. Inbound goes to Barry. She puts it up and in. Bryant and Stratton by 10. Barry with 13. And this is real dangerous now for Cape Fear. First double-digit lead for either team. Little still on the bench with 4 fouls. They got to find some offense somewhere. That ball was deflected. Defensive pressure is picked up for Bryant and Stratton, even more so, and they force another turnover with 2 on the shot clock. So Little going to come back into the game. Yeah, if you're Taylor Todd Williams, you got no choice. And now if you're Bryant and Stratton, you got to recognize she's in the game and go at her. But absolutely the right decision for Cape Fear. She has been their best offensive player today with 15 points. Sims with 11. Those are the 2 players in double figures for Cape Fear. Sandifer in the lane with the air ball. Barry's up to 13. She is the lone player in double figures. Artist with 8, 7 apiece for Bodenheimer and Jones in this game. One of the best defenses in the country, Bryant and Stratton, on display here in the championship game, limiting Cape Fear, who averaged 72 a game on the season, to 37 points here in the 4th quarter. Shot clock winding down again. Bolden, 2 players running at her, and a timeout is called by the Sea Devils with 3 on the shot clock. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:43 left to go in the championship game. Bobcats in control right now. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman here with you. Cape Fear has 3 on the shot clock. Sims gets it into Little, who hoists it off the glass. No good. And the Bobcats' defense has turned up the juice here in this final quarter. Sandifer in the front court. And spacing issues there on the offensive set for Bryant and Stratton causes that turnover. Bryant and Stratton last reached the Region 10 championship in 2019, lost by 6 to Cape Fear. Looking to make its first trip ever to the national tournament. Chisholm attacking for the Sea Devils, blocked by Brown. .12 to shoot for the Sea Devils. Jalen Brown, not known as a shot blocker, but gets one there. A wet spot on the court. Don't forget, stick around. Post-game celebration. We'll stream it for you right here on YouTube. Holmgren to inbound. Bolden on the right wing, 9 to shoot. Out to Holmgren for 3. Yes! Will that be the bucket to get Cape Fear going? It's Holmgren's first after a 23-point performance yesterday. Artist back to Sandifer. Brown top of the key. Sandifer attacks, and she's stripped and fouled. That's 5 on Cape Fear. with still 5:38 left to go here in the final quarter. Bobcats in the bonus. Henderson comes into the game. Bolden picks up her fourth. So you've got Little with 4, you've got Bolden with 4, your top 2 scorers on the season. Sandifer with 5 points, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Trying to put her team back up by 9. 1 out of 2, rebound by Sims. Bolden attacking, swings it out to Henderson. Henderson to the bucket, can't bank it. Fights for the rebound over Barry. What a play by Henderson. Here's Little on the left wing. Sims top of the key. 10 to shoot. Bolden for 3. They would have counted the bucket. It's going to be a foul on Bryant and Stratton. Team foul number 3 on the Bobcats. Brown has 4 fouls. So fouls starting to rack up. Bryant and Stratton, though, with more depth than Cape Fear, they have just 2 players on the bench for the Sea Devils. Holmgren to inbound. Henderson in the corner to the cutter, Little. Little shot blocked by Barry, her 3rd block today. Sandifer to Jones, top of the key. Jones lost the dribble. Sandifer there, though. Fortunate break. Pull up by Sandifer. In and out and back in. Bobcats back up by 10. And a timeout by Bryant and Stratton. Sandifer up to 7 in the game. We'll take another timeout just past the midway point in the final quarter. To 40, Bryant and Stratton. Chris Sheeman back with you at the championship game. Henderson facing some pressure. Bolden now out deep for the Sea Devils. J.C. Bolden limited to 4 points today. Shot clock winding down. She attacks. The runner blocked again by Barry. Championship defense for the Bobcats. We had a little glitch there. I apologize, folks. I think we're okay. Everybody okay? Y'all still with me? Shot clock winding down. Jones attacks. Jones can't score. Barry got the rebound strip but got it back. Now out to Sandifer. And she is like a statue right now. I thought we had more troubles. Sandifer was so still. Clock is your friend right now if you're the Bobcats, though. Here's Artis, the jumper, no. Another rebound, put back no good by Sandifer. Sea Devils still have time, but they got to figure it out on this end of the floor. Bolden over to Holmgren. JC attacks, throws it up and in. 6 for Bolden. 8-point game as we go inside 3 minutes. And again, Bryant and Stratton looks content to run this clock. They got a setup. What was that old Dean Smith play he used to run before the shot clock came into the college game? This is a Carolina something. I can't think of it. 5 to shoot, though. Got to go to work here if you're Jones, and they turn it over. I don't know. Cape Fear gets another bucket here. I'm not killing this clock anymore. I'm going back to what was working. Some more shuffling, a little defense for offense with some foul trouble for Cape Fear. It's Little now. Team high 15 points for Little. Gets it back from Chisholm. Bolden, Chisholm now on the right side. Chisholm will attack, throws it out to JC. Thought about the 3, steps right, fires it, no. Sims gets it to Chisholm on the deflection. And then it's wrestled away by Artist, and a timeout is called by Bryant and Stratton. No, a foul is called on Chisholm. So free throws for the Bobcats. Artist, chance to get into double figures. 8 points here today. I mentioned this during the quarterfinal game. I've seen this program from its very beginnings, going back to 2012. And it's been fun, albeit from afar, to watch the progress over the years for this Bryant and Stratton team. They won 25 a few seasons ago. Back to a 9-point lead. They've surpassed that already here today and looking to make history. Chisholm left alone. She'll fire a 3 off the back rim. Rebound by Artist. Possession arrow on the tie-up to Bryant and Stratton. Again, the Bobcats in no particular hurry. Clock is their bestie right now, up by 9. It's a 3-possession game. You get a bucket here, make it a 4-possession game. That would make it very, very tough. 7 to shoot now. Again, Jones to work. Attacks, no. Barry tips it. Bolden has it. Here comes Cape Fear. Got to go quick if you're the Sea Devils. J.C. Bolden draws contact. That'll be team foul number 4 on Bryant and Stratton. They're going to give Bolden free throws here. J.C. Bolden with 6 points today, 75% free throw shooter on the season. Good on that first one. Seven-point game. Artist now to Jones. Jones will back it out. Cape Fear's Chisholm, I would think they're going to start running players, try to force a turnover here as we're inside a minute to go in the championship. It's straight up man-on-man defense. Woman-on-woman defense is more like it for Cape Fear right now, though. Jones with 2 to shoot. To Barry, the bucket is good. Barry's got 15. It's a 9-point game. Now, if you're Cape Fear, got to think about the 3 here. Not a ton of time. They meet Barry. Barry swats it. And the Bobcats are on their way to Joplin. Oh, they throw it away. Maybe not. Here comes Bolden. 3-on-1. Down to Sims. Sims puts it up and in. 13 for Sierra Sims in a 7-point game, 24.6 left to go in the championship as the Bobcats try to hang on. .6 here for Cape Fear. They'll have to play the foul game. Hardest to inbound it for the Bobcats. Jones out deep. Cape Fear's got a foul here. Why are they not fouling? They're just going to, I mean, the foul is fine there, but it came about 7 seconds too late. Holmgren picks up her 4th. Sandifer going to go to the free throw line. Chance to put a little frosting on the cake in what will be a Bobcats championship. Bryant and Stratton, 17.6 seconds away. 7 today for Sandifer, a 50% free throw shooter. It's a 3-possession game no matter what here. Cape Fear, remember, they can advance the ball, which is something the men's side needs to look at. So Sandifer up to 8. Cape Fear doesn't call timeout. Instead, it's Bolden. Bolden from way downtown, no good. And the Bobcats might be able to dribble this thing out. Two teams getting national attention. And the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, well, we're going to get a foul called. I started my celebration too soon. So more free throws to come here for Sandifer. But you see the celebration beginning for Coach of the Year Cornell Parker and the Bobcats. It's Sandifer back at the line. A 27-3, about to be 28-3 record. What a season from start to finish. And although they lost twice to Cape Fear in the regular season, they're going to beat the Sea Devils when it counts the most. Bolden will let it roll. With 2, with 1, it'll expire, and for the first time in program history, the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats are the champions of Region 10. They win 55-48 over the Sea Devils of Cape Fear. The handshakes from two great rivals. A little separation there as Chisholm had something to say as she walked off the court, and the celebration is on for Bryant and Stratton as the Bobcats are the champions of Region 10. Bryant and Stratton wins today over Cape Fear, and they reach the national tournament for the first time in program history. We will have the full celebration. Bobcat fans, don't go too far. post-game ceremony is coming up just after this. Well, the pictures are being taken, the celebration over at the bench. We'll move to the court here in just a moment for these Bryant and Stratton Bobcat ladies. It is another game where Bryant and Stratton holds their opponent under 50 points. Let's go down to the court for all the post-game festivities now and join the public address announcer.
Cape Fear Community College.
No.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Region 10 South Atlantic District Champion from Bryant, Stratton College, the Bobcats, your 2024 championship team. On behalf of Brunswick Community College, we'd like to wish the Bobcats all the best for the district championship South Atlantic District and wish them all the best in the national tournament.
So the net has come down at Brunswick Community College, and Bryant and Stratton, the Bobcats, for the first time in program history, they are Region 10 champions. Congratulations, Bobcats and Bobcat fans. Bryant and Stratton will head to the NJCAA Division II Women's Basketball Tournament. That will take place in Joplin, Missouri. And they will represent Region 10 proudly, no doubt. What a season it's been for Bryant and Stratton. What a tournament it's been. Folks, I want to thank you so much for watching. One last time, my name's Chris Sheeman. Congrats to the Bobcats. Good luck in the national tournament, ladies, as Bryant and Stratton defeats Cape Fear today, 55-48. They are the Region 10 champions, and the celebration is on at Brunswick Community College. That's going to do it for our coverage here. Thanks again for watching, everybody. My name's Chris Sheeman. Congrats again to the Bobcats. Take care, everybody.